When you started working with Goldenvoice, could you kind of share insight on that? How'd you go about kind of getting that gig?
Yeah, so it's honestly just saying yes when other gigs come up. Just take everything, say yes to everything, and work really hard and network. I didn't apply for the Goldenvoice gig. It was like one person led to another, right? So my name just like kind of kept popping up to this one creative lead. So eventually she was like, all right, well, I've heard Miranda's name like from 4 different people now. Let's check out her work. So I think it's really just grinding and keeping your head down and saying yes to everything. There's no gig that's too big or too small. When you're trying to break into something like that. You just need to have your name floating around as much as you can. So for me personally, I'm just on their festival team. So we know like at least a month or two ahead, but for things like Coachella, you hold your entire year. That's Coachella, right? Like that's the dream for every music photographer, I think.
Right.
So we'll get an email, usually anywhere from, 4 to 8 weeks ahead of time.
Right.
And they'll be like, hey, this is the rate. Are you free? More details coming soon. So you'll obviously say you're free because Coachella is awesome. And then that day before the festival on Thursday, that's when you go out and like you have your on-site meeting the day before. And then the day of the festival, you're there at like 9 or 10 a.m. before anyone else. And you do you get all your things in order.
Yeah. What are some of the things you try to prioritize when you shoot a festival, like in a random, on a Saturday of a festival? What are some of your main objectives or goals for yourself that you try to set, maybe even above like what they're asking for you to do at the festival?
Yeah, I think the main thing is taking care of your body. It's really, really hot out there and you have to hydrate and you have to eat food. Make sure you make time to eat food. But on the like creative side, I like to do little projects like in between artists, because what they do is they assign us artists. They come out with the whole schedule for the day, and you'll have one person in this tent at 1 p.m., one person at this tent at 3 p.m. So in between, I'll kind of walk around the festival grounds and maybe do like a cool portrait series of like festival attendees, or just look for really cool atmosphere shots, like people lounging in the grass or people dancing around. I think the atmosphere is just as important as the artist, especially because they're going to be using that for years to come. The artist is never really going to come back to that festival. So they're only going to use those shots during, the live updates of their feed. So the atmosphere is super important for them on their marketing side, which I think is why they build the team out, because everyone on the team is really well-rounded in that sense to where they can cover both at the same time.
Honestly, it's like an opportunity for you to really bond with whoever's hiring you, because if you're getting those atmosphere shots, like you said, that's great promo. Like to literally have shots of people happy as hell at a festival that they paid $600 to come to, and they're jumping around and enjoying it, and they can be like, this is what happens when you come to our thing. Like, yes, you'll see this person performing in sweaty and fire and dope shit like you can imagine, but also this is a primary thing, and a lot of people overlook that. Is there any other advice that you give to someone that's like maybe taking on the festival world that they're not currently thinking about?
Yeah. Don't be afraid to get in the crowd. Like get the point of view shots, get the hands in the air with the artist through it. I think there's something so much more special with those point of view angles, because that's what everyone else is seeing, right? Like being up on stage is really, really cool too. Getting the behind shot with the crowd, it's epic. It's so crazy looking out and seeing tens of thousands of people, but everyone's in the crowd. So people want to see what they're seeing, if that makes sense.
Thanks for listening to this clip. Make sure to listen to the full interview, which is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Hit the subscribe button for more highlights and join our Black with No Cream private community for creators. Links in the description.